Hello. Thank you for joining for quotes 789 through 791. These are Step 4 quotes by Sri Sadhu Om, and Step 4 is to increase your desire for liberation. Make your desire for liberation more intense than the energy of 1,000,000,000,000 stars. Make your desire for liberation so intense that your entire life is dedicated to awakening. Before reading these quotes, I'd like to practice the I Am meditation by Robert Adams. Robert Adams had been asked many times, how can I tell if I'm making progress on the path? How can I be sure? And he gave a list of some signs of progress. He said, the first is a sense of peace. When you are no longer disturbed by worldly conditions, the world appears to go on. You begin to see life as a movie. You begin to see it as a picture, a movie. You begin to recognize what the world really is, an expression of your own mind. And when you can do that, the world will never harm you again. Another sign would be when there is no thought for the body, no thought for the mind, and no thought for the world. Then divine right action is taking place in your life, and everything becomes joy. A third he lists is everything becomes love. A fourth, without you thinking about it, without desire, without need, you become free. And a fifth is another way to know if you're making progress, is you are no longer disturbed by any condition. You may lose your job, you may lose a family member, you may go through various experiences, but you are not disappointed because you're able to see through the experience to the other side. The other side is the fourth state of consciousness. Besides dreaming, sleeping, and waking. And in the fourth state of consciousness, there's always happiness, for that is the substratum of everything you see. Again, the choice is yours. You have the freedom to identify with the world, or to identify with your true self. There is no one, there is no thing that can harm you or disturb you or bother you if you focus your attention on God, or the true self. Most people do not understand how to do this. How do I focus my attention on God? By remembering I am. I am is the first name of God. When you think of I am, you are invoking the name of God, and you are focusing your attention on God. So when you have some kind of problem or something disturbing you, if you feel out of sorts, if you believe something is wrong, if the war affects you, you do not have to turn off your television or change your environment or change your circumstances. You simply turn within and invoke the name of God by saying, I am. The I am meditation is to close your eyes and try. Inhale and say I. Exhale and say am. Inhale, say I. Exhale, say am. Inhale, say I. Exhale, say am. Just by saying I am to yourself, it lifts you up. So the thing to do is this: whenever you have a problem, whatever it is, however serious it might be, whether it's personal or worldly, wherever it came from, the secret is to forget yourself. For the moment, forget about the problem for as long as you can, and do the I am meditation. I am. I am. I am. What happens when you do this? You are really saying, I am absolute reality. I am pure awareness. I am nirvana, emptiness, ultimate oneness. I am Sat Chit Ananda. All this transpires when you simply say, I am. This is why in the beginning stages the I am meditation is very important with the breath. When you are doing that, you are pushing all your false notions, samskaras, and the rest of the garbage out of the way, and you are coming into your true identity. I am. You can tell if you're making progress by how happy you're becoming. When you see you are just happy, without any condition making you happy, then you know something is working. If you need something or someone to make you happy, the same someone or something will make you sad. When the person who makes you happy leaves your presence, you will be sad. When the thing that you're enjoying is taken away from you, you'll be upset. Therefore, do not depend on any condition for your happiness. Happiness is your real nature. All you have to do is to invoke I am, and you are radiantly happy right there. I am. I am. People still believe that they, if become enlightened or awakened to themselves, they will have to stop working or going out. They will just want to be by themselves, and they will care about nothing. On the contrary, remember that you are not your body. Your body will carry on and do whatever it came here to do, but it has nothing to do with you. And that's hard to comprehend for some people. You may acquire occult powers, you may do all sorts of things with chakras, but you are still working out of the mind. Go beyond that. Do not seek anything. By not seeking, you'll find. By seeking, you will lose. Everything is planned. Everything is preordained. Everything is on your side. There is absolutely nothing against you. If you really, really knew what was going on, you would rejoice. If you really, really knew what was happening, you would cry for joy. Every time something comes up, simply say to yourself, I am. And the I am will begin the process for you. The I am is like a switch. When you get caught up in the world, you merely turn on the switch by saying, I am. And all of a sudden, you'll find that you begin losing your identity, and you merge into your own consciousness. When I say that you merge into your consciousness, I do not mean that there is consciousness and there is you. What I mean is you really awaken to yourself. You awaken to your true nature. There is not a consciousness hiding somewhere, and you have to go and find it. Consciousness is you. Quiet your mind and you will begin to shine. Quote 789. The mind which has obtained a burning desire for self-attention, which is self-inquiry, is said to be the fully mature one. The mind which has obtained a burning desire for self-attention, which is self-inquiry, is said to be the fully mature one. Quote 790. Since this mind, which has very well understood that the consciousness which shines as I alone is the source of full and real happiness, now seeks self because of its natural craving for happiness. This desire to attend to the self is indeed the highest form of devotion. Since this mind, which has very well understood that the consciousness which shines as I alone is the source of full and real happiness, it now seeks self because of its natural craving for happiness. This intense desire to attend to self is indeed the highest form of devotion. Quote 791. In order to qualify as an aspirant, one must have the absolute conviction that happiness, the sole aim of all living beings, can be attained not from external objects, but only from one's own inmost self. When one has this qualification, an intense yearning will arise in one's heart to try to attend to and know self. Indeed, for a true aspirant, the desire and effort to know self will become the most important part of his life, and all other things will be regarded as being only of secondary importance. When such an intense yearning arises in one, success is assured, for where there is a will, there is a way. In order to qualify as an aspirant, one must have the absolute conviction that happiness, the sole aim of all living beings, can be attained not from external objects, but only from one's own inmost self. When one has this qualification, an intense yearning will rise in one's heart to try to attend to and know self. Indeed, for a true aspirant, the desire and effort to know self will become the most important part of his life, and all other things will be regarded as being only of secondary importance. When such an intense yearning arises in one, success is assured, for where there is a will, there is a way.